Okay, so we'll start discussing about the APIs. So basically, if I talk about API, right? So it's a set of rules and protocols. That tells. Suppose we have two components in the software or multiple components in the software, how they're going to connect with each other, or going to contact or going to interact with each other. That is something we can tell. And also it is the way in a way where how the data and the functionality between the components are shared. So we'll discuss it more in a bit. So basically there are two main category. One is an open api and an internal api. So with that, here we have this example, right? So here, let's say you are going to a restaurant, right, to eat something. Now basically, what you will eat, basically you will eat food, right? So now where this food is prepared, this food is prepared in kitchen, right? So in order to get the food, what is the medium in which you can order the food? So we need to have something called waiter. So basically you will request waiter based on the menu. Can you get me this food? And the waiter then requests the kitchen to prepare the food. And then once the kitchen prepares the food, it will send to it will the waiter will carry it, and then ultimately it will give to the customer, and then the uh, customer can eat the food, right? So in context of api, so waiter is something is in our api and is our application, and this is our uh, developer and the customer. So that's where. So if now let's switch the context to our uh, software. So let's say I have two components. Let's say this is comp one, and I have another component. Let's say this is comp two. So APIs are nothing but these are like certain rules which we need to follow. So set of rules and protocols. So now this component need to talk to each other, right? So they need to share some data, some functionality, right? So how they are going to do. So that is where the API comes into the picture. So we have these APIs, which is nothing but it is certain rules and protocols, you know, in a way how this component can share data and functionality. So that is where this APIs are so powerful that allows different components to talk to each other. Now again, this APIs are of two types. Basically, when we have is uh, open API and internal APIs, right? Now this is also called as AKA external API. Okay. Now this is something which is available to all the developers and the users with minimal restrictions. So here the important thing is minimal restriction on access is available basically for all. Right, there is minimal restriction. Sometimes you have to just create a account, developer account, and something of that sort. So it's available. And in contrast to that, this particular API is basically a hidden for general public and for the external users. So basically for external users. Okay, this is basically hidden and are intended for internal use only, or let's say uh, so this is used to share functionality We share functionality because the APIs are basically to share data and functionality, right? Functionality, share functionality within company, or we can say company use only. So that's all about the APIs. What we should know, and see